Okay, we're back. So, another day, another long session of making AI. So, today we'll keep going with the bat and then get to some other stuff if we get that far. So, where we left off yesterday was we had the bat doing his little patrol move and aggroing when he got close to you, and we'll probably just build up on that some more. So the first thing is the easing that we had going on. That's that wasn't working very well, and I'd like to find a better way to do that. The way I was doing it was slowing down after a certain point. There was a cutoff percentage of the distance traveled, and once the bat gets there, it starts slowing down. And even when we got that working on one set of distances, it didn't work that well once we made it shorter because there was just so much less room until the end of the travel distance. So I think we need to do it a different way where we're not checking a percentage of the travel distance, because the bat's travel distance can be whatever you set it to, and it might be a lot or very small. It might be across the whole screen or just back and forth in one little area. So we probably, instead of having a percentage, we'll just do the last X amount of units until the end of the travel distance. And that'll make it a lot simpler, but not just that, I think it'll work better too, because if you have the bat going 200 units back and forth, and you make him slow down once he's 80% through with that, then it's like a very abrupt slow down, no matter what. And then if you have it, say, the whole length of the room, 2,000 units or something, he's gonna slow down. He's gonna get to 80% and still have, hundreds of units left to go, and the slowdown's gonna look much different. And even if it scales with the length, it's still gonna look different based on the travel distance, and not necessarily look better. Or not necessarily look good at every length. So instead, let's have it to where he just slows down once he's about 200 units away from the end of his travel distance before he turns. And that way, no matter what the distance is, he'll always look the same when he's about to turn around. And I think that'll work the best because it's the most consistent. So right here, the slow start, these names aren't very good either. I might want to rename this stuff, but let's think of a new name. Distance until turn. What's a short way to say that? Who knows? We'll set it to slow start for now. So we'll make it 200 units away from the end. So the amount he's traveled so far plus 200 is greater than the max travel distance, then we'll do the slowdown. And since now we know it's only going to be a set 200 units, we don't need this scaling stuff going on anymore. We can just kind of move it up by a constant. So if it's going to be 200 units, then how much do we want it to slow down by the time it gets to the end? Let's say he slows down to 50% by the end. So we'll have it 1%, I guess. Go down by 1% every time. And then we'll have a 10% minimum. Okay, we'll keep that. So does this work correctly? I think so. This will be, we'll start with 99, turn it to 0.99, multiply the movement by 0.99, and then it'll just keep going down by 1% every frame. But, okay, so if we have 200 frames, then it'll end up going over 100%. Yeah, it'll end up going to 200%, and it'll stop right here when it reaches the 10% minimum. But what this should do is make it to where he starts slowing down, and then once he's about halfway through the rest of the distance, he stops going slow and then keeps going slow the rest and then turns around. So we'll probably need to adjust this to half of this much, but let's just take a look and see if it works like we expect it to. Oh yeah, we'll probably want to change the debug stuff. So I made this guy a patrol bat yesterday. We'll turn him back to a normal bat for now. And then we'll have the longer one on top of it. Maybe we should add another one. Goes about 600. Just to see it at different distances and see how it's working. And then on the debug code, we'll set it to show his slowdown distance instead of his state in the boxes. I'll turn this back on. Oh yeah, the music. Alright, so this guy's going up to a lot. So it looks like the slow is much more abrupt than I thought. And do they ever get to the point where they turn? They should eventually. Yeah, it just takes a really long time. So we want to slow it way down. Getting to like 1500%. So I was going to do this much, but considering how slow that last one was, let's just try 0.1% or 1/10 of a percent. He doesn't really seem to slow down that much here. You can't really tell. Yeah. So let's try this much. 0.5% every frame. Alright, so that seems, well, that still seems like it's too fast. I mean, too slow. Or too fast, it's going up too fast. A little better. So ideally, it would be approaching 1 or less than 1 before he turned. But was that even happening when we had it out to 5? Because it looked like once it was 0.5%, that was still, you couldn't really tell he was slowing down before he turned. Well, I guess he does. Yeah, he still does. Okay. So that was still, yeah. 0.5 was too slow actually. We need to speed it up. Yeah. So I had it backwards. Let's go back to 1% because that one's too high, right? Let's see how far that gets to. Oh. Maybe that was too slow. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, we don't want it to be hanging like this before we turn it. We want it to be, we want it to be slowing, but not just like abruptly stopping. And he's slowing down too fast here. So how slow is slow enough where you don't really notice that he's slowing down? That's kind of it. Alright, so that seems like it's kind of close. Let's try 2 and 4. Yeah, that looks good. Slows down and then he turns. So I think that looks good. Should I also have it slow down as he's turning around, or start at the same speed? Probably stay the same speed. So another thing we do is make it start slowing down a lot sooner. Well, I don't know about that. Let's say it was 400 units, and then we do it by half as much. What does that look like? Okay, what about if we cut it the same? I don't know what this compiler errors are. It never does this any other time. It might be the streaming is using up the CPU and messing with it. I've never had this error off stream. Memory is corrupt. That's kind of weird. Let's restart Visual Studio, see if that fixes it. Yeah, Visual Studio error. Takes a little while to turn there. So I guess we'll go back to what we started with. Not sure what's up with these errors today. Let's give it a second. Let it calm down. Too much compiling going on. So I think that's okay for now with the turning around back and forth. So we'll go back to the patrol bat. And what we want to do now is we have a version that just flies back and forth and aggroes you if he sees you. What I'm going to try to add now is one that oh, there's two open. I think when it crashes, it automatically restarts itself. Alright, so now we'll have one that when it sees you, it aggroes you, but instead of making a straight line for you, it'll run up and then hover near you for a little while and then swoop down and get back up. And we'll try that, see how that works out. But before I get to that, another thing I wanted to try out was having an indicator for when the enemy aggroes you. So some kind of like exclamation mark above his head, or something like in Metal Gear where you get spotted and there's exclamation mark and the noise. We won't worry about a noise for now, but having some kind of visual thing to show that he aggroed you, and maybe make him pause for a second to give you time to react. I think that'll add a lot more to the AI. It'll make it seem fair instead of just he sees you and he's immediately pissed off. So we'll try to add something like that. So that's going to require a new texture for the indicator. We'll just make it an exclamation for now, but it's going to have to be a separate graphic, and we'll use it between other enemies. So where do I want to put that? I could put it in the NPC class and then have every enemy come with it by default. But I don't really do any loading for this class, so do call load stats on every enemy, so I could always put it here. I should put it in the init, but that doesn't necessarily get called with the way I'm doing it right now. It usually gets overridden, and the base version doesn't always get called by every guy, so maybe I should just put it in the load stat since that always gets called. And then everything else doesn't, nothing else gets called right at the beginning whenever he's created. Okay.
Jet Set Radio.
Now for the particle class.
Territory is a territory. Territory is a territory. Territory is a territory. Territory is a territory.
Check it out. Now that you're feeling real tipsy, let me take you on a trip and roll with me. With the brothers get their party on every day, because we got to do that anyway. Hey, it's time to get on down to the funky, funky rhythm and the sound. Cause I gotta hit you up, big baby, and stop that woo like gravy. Yeah, put the stuff in your trunk every day. Let them big busters know that we don't play. Hey, it's the funk coming through, hitting you every single day of the week. Yo, come on, come on, come on.
Stick with us for now. So we might need to have the particle update in the bat function. We'll see if we need to do that or not. But we'll have it. Well, we will need to tell it to show it at some point. But see if this works. So now we got it loading. Now we just need to make it use it. So make it invisible to start. Aggro, we'll have it show it. Then we'll set its position to make it go a certain amount above them, I guess. Try that much. And then we'll need some kind of way to make it go away after a certain amount of time. So we want it to be when the bat aggroes you, he pauses for a little while, and then he comes after you, not comes after you right away. So we'll call that aggro pause or aggro start. I don't know what to call it. Call it aggro wind up. We use that a lot for other stuff, usually for animations, but nah, I mean, we use that for attacks a lot, so we don't want to confuse it. We could call it aggro pause. I guess that fits, but let's give them a whole nother state for that. Maybe aggro begin. Let's call it aggro begin. And we want it to last for I don't know how many frames. We'll say Let's make it long to begin with, just for testing. So, like 1 second. So we'll make it 60 frames. So we're going to change this here and save it for later. Just copy it over here since we need to use it out there. But we're going to put them in the aggro begin state instead. So we'll have this tick every frame. After a second, it'll go into aggro state. In between then, we'll just wait. So once he goes into aggro, we hide the exclamation, and we also want him to wait, so actually, he should wait anyways. And we don't want to set his position to 0. That's bad. We want to set his movement to 0, not his position. But this is the function that moves him, which he won't call in here, so he should be still anyways. Alright, let's test it out. There it is. Well, does he at least wait? We need to turn his states back on too. Yeah, okay. So we're not drawing it correctly, but at least the logic's working. So let's fix the drawing first. And then so the frame dimensions are wrong. That's why it's drawing it all weird. So we need to set this to 2 by 8. But that still doesn't explain why it was drawing it as soon as it loaded. So I'm not sure about that. Like, see how it's right here? And then we draw it correctly over him once he actually gets aggroed. So it looks like when we call this this hidden thing where we tell it not to show it, that it's showing it anyways. So it might be because I have it set all negative. I'm not sure. Let's try making it an actual blank frame. See if that helps. Yeah, there we go. So having it show a -99 frame for some reason it doesn't like that, since that doesn't actually exist on the texture, and it draws a red spot for some reason. And so now we've got it showing up, and you see he's still stuck in aggro again because I never actually removed that state. So we need to remove that and make the exclamation get a little bit higher. And how high do we want it? So that wasn't much. Maybe we want it twice as much higher. Let's check that out. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Still not removing aggro begin. It must be getting added back somewhere. So we're still calling check player. Okay. So we're checking for to start aggro even when he's in aggro state. So we want to make sure he's not in aggro state when we do this. Was the indicator going away? I don't remember. I don't know what's up with these crashes today. Okay, so it's going away correctly. Cool. Let's take off the drawing for now. Cool. So next, I guess we'll do the swooping. So for that, I'll probably make a new enemy type or new bat type that just does the swooping. I could just extend this guy and change his little aggro thing, his aggro function to work a little different. Might just do that. So how do we want to do this swooping motion? We want it to be, he moves from wherever he is to wherever the player is, or we could have it set to the ground. We do keep track of the player's last ground position, because there are some enemies to attack, and the attack looks really weird if it's aiming at the player in the air. So, like flying enemies that shoot stuff from overhead, it looks kind of weird. If you want them to aim at at the ground where the player would be standing if they weren't jumping. So we might use that. And we want it to go from whatever height it is to where the player is, and just do like an arc. And like a wind down, pause, and then go back into chasing the player. So we'll probably set it up to where he just kind of stays aggroing like he does right now, but once he gets into a certain distance, he's a certain length away from the player, then we'll tell him to do a swoop. So for the swoop, how do we want to do that? I guess we'll just tell it to, when he's swooping, we'll lock in the player position where he's going to swoop at as he's about to do the attack window. Then we have the distance from him to the ground, and we'll just have him keep moving in a forward direction, and he'll go down. We'll have him just move a certain amount of steps down in the first half and huge amount of steps up in the second half, and do it that way. So let's try extending the patrol class. I think that'll be fine. going on easier. And then you want an attack range to see how close you are before he does a swoop. So, I don't know, 500. So how do we want to check the attack range? Do we want it to be total distance? Like here to here? Or do we want it to be horizontal distance where, because the total distance as a line can be radically different depending on this height. For example, if you have a bat way up here and he's got to be like 500 away, then that's, you know, right here. But if the bat's down here, then it's over here. So maybe we just want to do like how far away you are horizontally and only check that. That way the bat will always, like within 200 attack range, he'll go off right here no matter what his height is. He can be down here and it'll still be the same spot. So I think we'll just check horizontally. So he's in the aggro state. He'll just chase you, and then if he gets within attack range, so we don't want him to chase you if he's set a new state for attacking. I don't know if that's overkill or not, but we want a state that persists through all three of these frames, so we know if he's in that state, don't chase. Not attacking, I'm going to chase and then check for the swoop attack. The absolute value here, because sometimes this will be negative. And if that is, the distance is less than attack range, does the swoop attack. And we'll also add swoop again. So now he's attacking once he gets close enough, and he's in swoop again. And this is basically just pause. So we want him to just sit here doing nothing, I guess. And we'll just take the timer. And so now we're getting ready to do the actual swoop. We want it to grab the player's last ground position. That's where we want to attack at or aim for. And we want to grab it before, like right when it goes into swoop again, before that pause. So go back to here. that's going to be his target position where he's going to try to swoop at. And we're going to need a timer for this too. And how long do we want the swoop to last? Let's go with 120 frames. Might need to make it longer. You want to have the same like pause thing after the swoop. So let's just go ahead and add that to the swoop in. That's when we'll remove the attack state, and we don't really care in the swoop state, so we don't really need that. So let's try to clean this up a little bit. Just for clarity. Alright, so that looks a little better. So when you're swooping, let's just have them move forward for right now, and we'll test out that the beginning and the end are working correctly. And then once we've got all that verified, we'll actually do the moving down for the swoop part. So we'll just have him move velocity is. No. Where are we? How does he move? Up here in the original. Movement. Where does that get to? Velocity, okay. So it's a vector instead of a vector 2. That's why I have to convert it to vector 2 and do we want it to speed up? Maybe later. Let's see what this looks like. I should actually turn back on and save. Just hanging out, hanging around. He's stuck in something. But let's turn on stage so we can see what it is. Hey. Okay. So he's stuck in swoop. We never take him out of swoop. But also he's seems to be stuck moving back and forth, like it's moving him ahead but moving back, so he's just sitting there jittering. So I wonder, is he inheriting stuff that we don't want him to? Or is he moving from the, is he still getting the patrol thing called, and then the swoop is setting him back and it's putting him stuck, or something like that? Let's see. So right here we're just overriding the aggro function from the last one. So over here, he doesn't, yeah, he has to be in patrol. So he's not in patrol. He's in aggro and attacking. So we overwrite the aggro. He shouldn't be doing anything else that makes him move. So he's in the swoop. So we need to do the swoop timer. That's why he's stuck in it. But why isn't he actually moving here? He should be. So it's getting called. It's moving his position. Is there something that's making him move back? Maybe? No. He shouldn't be chasing. He shouldn't be moving at all. So his position is that. And then the next frame. So he is moving. Next frame. No. He got moved back somehow. Next frame. So he gets moved by 1, and then forward by 1, and then back by 1. So, okay. So his velocity keeps changing. Here it's 1, next frame, -1. So what's making his velocity switch back and forth like that? It's probably that function that makes him turn. We got a lot of velocities. Let's see if we can figure it out. So this is in patrol, which shouldn't be getting called. That multiplies it by -1, but shouldn't be getting called. Face left, face right. Okay. So that might actually be getting called. We'll see. That's in the init function, so that's not getting called. So I guess it is facing left or right. So aggro. Okay, here we go. So he's in aggro state, it calls aggro, then it calls this, which actually flips his velocity around. So to fix this, you want to have this go here. So the patrol bat will still turn around and face him, but we'll want it won't happen when he's in swoop mode, when he's with the swoop bat. So that should fix that. And then the other thing is so this is the aggro for the swoop bat. So we still want him to do that when he's chasing. So we'll just add it there. And then the other thing was the actual swoop part. We want to call that timer. So something like this. Okay. Let's see about that. Okay, he's swooping, but not in the right direction. And then we need to reset the swoop timers are way too high, or they're not getting reset, so he's not going back into swoop mode. And he's swooping in the opposite direction than what we want. Why was he doing that? We want him to move at his current velocity. So does that get reversed anywhere? No, it can only get turned around if he's in chase mode and you're behind him. So So let's see, is velocity set to -1 when he goes into swoop mode somehow? Because at +1 right here, he's moving to the right. But then as soon as he goes into swoop mode, it's -1. Why does it get changed? Well, we could just check at the time he does the swoop. Would that be better? It might be. Let's say he's going right. You pass under him and aggro him, and then you run to the left. If we wait until the swoop, he'll actually turn to the left and go after you. Whereas if you don't do that, he'll swoop after you, but to the right, which looks really weird that that he's swooping in the opposite direction that you're at. So I guess we'll just figure out which way to go at the time he actually swoops. So it doesn't look weird. So we'll just take this check to see which way we face, and use it for this. So you're to the left of them, then it's negative, otherwise positive. Okay. I should probably also make him face you as well. So maybe I'll have those face direction calls. But let's see if this works. Nope. Oh yeah, we didn't, we reset the beginning and the end timer, but not the swoop timer. So now he's just getting stuck in there. And why is, it's gotta be 0, otherwise it's gonna use the velocity for X and make him go up. We'll set the Y later, so that's another thing, is swoop timer equals 0. And he was still going the wrong way, wasn't he? He was still going away from us. Damn. I don't know what these compiler errors mean. Post RC is. Live environment variable. Well, it's working most of the time, so I don't think that's it. It's probably the same thing as that other error that it goes where it can't access the exe, or it's got some kind of path to the exe, and Visual Studio like holds onto the exe and makes it so you can't, nothing else can access it. I don't know, it's weird. Just wait a little while and it works for some reason. So he goes into swoop mode, swoops backwards, and stops. Now he's swooping forwards. Now he's swooping backwards. So, why is it going back and forth? And then the other thing is, by doing it this way, by checking during the swoop state, he could change direction mid-swoop. And we don't really want that. We want him to follow through with whatever he started at. So we want to actually set the swoop velocity elsewhere. So we'll we'll set this as soon as he starts the swoop. So right when the swoop ends, we'll set the velocity right before he starts, and then it'll stay what it is throughout the whole swoop. And I'm still not sure why it's going forward and then backwards, unless the check is just way off. Like, some reason this is way off. Maybe, no, because it works with the face left and right. So it should be working here too. Maybe there's something, oh, maybe the velocity itself is getting changed. I'll have to see about that. So let's see what it's getting set to. Getting set to 1. It's going forward. And now I get set to -1. But it's still to the left. And now it's a -1. So yeah, the velocity is changing. Y is changing. Not quite sure. Firefox crashed. Darn. Everything's crashing today. So where are we setting the velocity? It's got to be these left and right functions getting called. So we set it at the init function. So instead of hard coding into 1 here, let's have speed. Let's use that. And then once we set the velocity down here, set it to the speed too, and that way the velocity is changing on us from other stuff. It won't really matter. So, looks like it's working now, and yeah. So that's good, but it's still way too short. We want it to be much longer. Probably 2, 3, 4 times as long as this. And maybe we'll speed it up, but we'll keep it slow for now. And we need to add the actual downward movement, obviously. Never had Visual Studio crash this many times in one day. Maybe it's the stream. So it's 120 units right now. Or, yeah. This will look like, what, 360? Gonna go like this. Still doesn't. It's still gonna look weird. We want it to be a nice long swoop. So it crash again. Yeah. Self-destructing. So how long do we want it to be, really? Maybe twice as long as this? So we would start here. And then he would end up here. Like, that's a good looking swoop. So I guess about twice as much as this. Another thing is, you see he was kind of jittering for a second when he was entering the begin pause. He would slightly move for one frame. It's because we're moving him before we start. I don't know, something weird was going on there. But let's see. Right there when it ends and he starts to attack again, he moves for 1 frame exactly because we have it do the move before the check. So we want to have it check, and if he goes right back in, not move at all. The swoop distance is looking okay. We'll go with that. But so see how we chase and then we check and see if he has to swoop. So if he stops swooping and he's already in range to go and do another one, we have him move. We have him do the chase function and move exactly 1 time, and then go back in. And so it looks like he stutters for a second. So we want to have it not do that. So can we just add this here? Is that going to mess anything up? Let's see. It's not going to do anything if he's already attacking, but it is going to do something if he's not here. So put all this in here. He's not attacking, make him attacking, and then add this move again and all that. That way, once he's in attacking, we can still call this every frame and it won't really matter. So I think that'll fix it. And then we can get to doing the actual swoop part. If we can ever stop crashing. So I think it's got to be something about the stream encoding affecting the CPU, messing with the Visual Studio, because I've been using this for years and it's never crashed more than like once a day. So maybe I should just like reset, come back. Keep coming. Let's save and changes. So that looks like it fixed that part, but it's not changing, since we're not calling the chase anymore on that one frame, it's not turning around to face the player. So maybe we'll just add that. No. We want it to happen on both of them, so we'll just add it here too. That way if it's chasing or when it checks, it'll happen, and if we call it both on the same frame, it won't hurt. Alright. So, finally, we get to start moving them down. So, do we want it to go slower and then speed up as it goes down? Maybe. I don't know. Let's try it at a constant rate at first, and then maybe we'll play around with it. So, he's in the swoop. His position. Goes up. So we've got all those swoop ticks, swoop timer. If he's in the first half, we want him to move down, and in the second half, we want him to move up. So if so if it's in the first half, we want to set swoop velocity Y to go down, and otherwise but we don't actually want it to go up and down by 1. We want it to go from the height he is currently down to the ground. So we want to get the distance from the bat's position to the attack target. and then we want to divide it. So that gives us the length from the bat to the place on the ground where he wants to swoop to. And we want to divide that line by how many frames it's going to take him to actually reach to the ground. So that's going to be half of the swoop timer. So that divided by swoop timer 2. That's what we want, but we'll need to. We don't want to set it right here because the position Y constantly changes. We want to set it back when we start the swoop, and then just keep it that number. So we'll make it another place up here, and we'll set it up here. This. We'll just have this so let's see how that looks. Damn it. I need to restart. So let's at least test it out first. Whoa. There he goes. Looks like his position went off the charts and then got divided by 0 somewhere. Jeez, what happened there? Yeah, his Y position got set to infinity somehow. And his X position wasn't that bad. It wasn't too far away. So let's see what it's actually moving to. Infinity. Well, that explains a lot. How is it getting set to infinity? Oh, because the swoop timer starts off at 0. Yeah. So we don't actually want to do it by the swoop timer. We want to do it by the limit, the maximum number. Of frames. Okay, so that looks more reasonable. So he's 400 things above him. That sounds about right. divide that by... Alright. So it's working. We need to speed it up. It's very slow right now. But yeah, looking good to me. So it needs to be a lot faster. It needs to happen over a few seconds. We got it. I don't know, it looks like he's actually moving slower when he does it, even though it should be the same speed. Cool. So I guess that's enough for now. I want to speed it up and maybe, you know, add some other stuff. But all these crashes are just making hard to just do stuff. So I'm gonna try to restart my computer. I'm gonna look up the crashes for a little while, see if I can Google something on it, and I'll be back later. So peace out for now.